What my parents never knew, until it was too late. When I was 16, I used to walk to school every day. It was about a 25-minute walk, and usually peaceful. But in 11th grade, something started happening. There was this guy, older, maybe in his mid-20s, who started following me. At first, I thought it was a coincidence. He lived in the same neighborhood, I guess, but it kept happening. He'd trail behind me, sometimes speeding up when I did, or crossing the street only when I did. Never close enough to call the police, but close enough that I felt it. Fear. I didn't tell my parents. Not because I didn't trust them, but because they were already working 2 jobs each just to keep our home going. I didn't want to add to their stress, so instead, I changed my routine, took different streets, left earlier, left later, tried biking, but he still showed up. Once, I turned around suddenly and saw him duck behind a car. That night, I didn't sleep. The worst part? Nobody believed me when I told friends. Maybe he's just going the same way, they said. You're overthinking, but I wasn't. One morning, I left extra early and took an alley shortcut behind a row of houses. Big mistake. He was already there, waiting. He didn't say a word, just stood there like he'd been expecting me. I froze. My stomach dropped. My brain screamed run, but my legs were jelly. Then, out of nowhere, my neighbor's dog barked from their yard, loudly. A motion light turned on. That light must have spooked him because he ran fast. I bolted straight home, locked the door, and cried in my room for hours. Still, I didn't tell anyone. Not even then. I just started taking the bus. Fast forward a few years, I'm 21. I was home for college break, helping my mom in the kitchen, and she randomly said, "You used to walk to school alone." That always worried me. Did anything ever happen? And for the first time, I told her everything. She stopped chopping onions. Her hand was shaking. "You never told us," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. "I didn't want to worry you," I said. She looked at me with tears in her eyes and said something I'll never forget. "It was our job to worry. Your job was to feel safe." That moment crushed me. We hugged for a long time. After that, I started opening up more about anxiety, about stress, about things I used to keep locked tight. I realized parents aren't just there to feed us and make rules. They're there to carry some of the weight we can't always hold ourselves. To this day, I still think about that guy. I never saw him again. But I think more about how close I came to being seriously hurt and how hiding that secret made me feel more alone than I needed to be. So yeah, that was the biggest secret I ever kept from my parents, and I wish I hadn't.